marksman.
Yep, and we are entering the Land of Dawn for Game 1 of Echo versus Onic Philippines. We already know the matchup here. They call it the David and Goliath, but Onic Philippines, they would want to prove that that tale might just be the story tonight.
So interesting thing, Carl TZ is going to be on that Julian jungle, but this is not what we typically see, right? He's running the Pure Rage. So let's see how that works out for him.
Going back to his own roots. I don't want to be playing Demon Slayer. It has crushed my MPL season. I'm gonna play what I do best. Now, Onic PH, the Valentina issue has been addressed. The nice rotation from Echo Philippines. They wanted to have Sanford in a very good spot on this XP lane. That's the reason why Yawi rotated to the Valentina as early as possible. So Onic PH, they cannot find any holes in the laning stage at the moment.
We know that Echo Philippines loves to play very aggressively in the early game. We've seen the Echo Express happen in front of our eyes last season, but right now I feel like they're more determined to slowing down this game, considering that they do have that Claude in the gold lane. Like Yawi, he does have other ideas here.
Yeah, I mean, this is typically what we're going to expect, right? Yawi is going to have to set the pace for his team himself here. I mean, that's typically what you want to do with a Natalia, right? As much as possible, you want to try to get in Sensui's face, right? He does have the Demon Slayer emblem too, so he's going to be pretty much just slamming into those objectives. I mean, even taking part of the jungle here, because that's where you really excel, right? But again, because Carl TZ decided to go with this way for that Julian jungle, I feel like their team fight potential can be very good, but still, I mean, even with the Atlas, right, with Rapidude being on the Atlas, the team fight potential, you've got to deal with a cold altar as well. Onic Philippines kind of has a little bit of an upper hand, so you have to utilize this Natalia pick. And here we go, Turtle going to be less than half health here. They're looking for us. Carl TZ is going to be in trouble. Can't get it off. Dawning Light, though, does get the Turtle here as they secure that one. Going to get the Mystic Field off. Everybody gets low. First blood going to be drawn by Super Prince. Burning the flicker here, but Yawi finding a kill himself. But that is going to be the trade, and grabs one here as well. 2 fall for Echo.
It's 2 for 1, and so far, Sanji making his debut, steals it away with the Dawning Light. Midnight, have you heard about this Sanji instinct that we're seeing right now?
Yep, he is a very, very talented player, I would say, for Echo, but so is the X-Player for Onic. Actually, it's not Ryota that is playing the Valentina, it's Der. Der, we all know him from previous seasons. The moment that he showed up to that turtle fight was really, really incredible. Even though Echo got the turtle, he was on the back line, punishing Echo for trying to go for the turtle. That's the reason why Carl TZ was able to slip in, but with the sacrifice of his own life. Echo, they were really lucky with the Dawning Light that they gotten the turtle kill, but Onic, they won that specific skirmish.
Yeah, definitely. And we could see that translate to our gold tier. It's a 1K gold lead for Onic Philippines after 2 kills going to the hands of Darren. This is very important, considering Valentina is one of their key picks in this draft. 101 on Darren. Can he actually transition this into a powerful mid-game?
I think he can, right? And it also depends, too, on what ultimates do you want to take here?
Oh, wait a minute. It's the awesome value prediction from Samsung. Make sure to make your predictions, and you may get a chance to win an A335G. You have 3 more seconds to do so. Go for it right now.
Week 4, the
Week
winner will be
4.
chosen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But again, going back to this, right? Dur has the potential here, but they really have to be careful on what ultimates you want to take, how you want to use the light. Look at already the damage coming out from those Dawning Lights from Sanji.
I don't know why, but Echo is dealing more damage than my usual RG. Whenever I'm the savior, if it's 4 minutes, I don't deal damage, but for Echo, they shred through the HP of Onic. Now, second turtle has spawned. Better positioning dictates whoever takes this turtle.
Yeah, and we do have this turtle 3/4 in HP already. Sanford trying to check around the bushes. A big fight might just happen.
Yeah, here comes. They're looking for the setup, but it's going to be secured here by Carl TZ as he grabs the turtle and gets out with finesse. And that's the thing, Dur had the falling star moon, I believe, there, right? Yeah. So, and he didn't even get really a chance to use it. It kind of looked like Carl TZ just walked up there, took that, and just was happy with it, right? So, again, Echo finding the second turtle of the game.
This was the jungle factor that we were talking about earlier. Sensui, he was a level ahead versus the Julian, but the right timing for the Retribution and Carl TZ. That's there's a reason why he has been taunting a lot of junglers when it comes to securing objectives with the Retribution. He is this great.
And we are looking at a very aggressive move here from Onic. I'm not quite sure why they're going in for this.
Yeah, Sensui gonna get stunned here a little bit, but able to survive using that Conic Inferno. The flicker comes in though. Super Prince trying to back him up. No one goes down. A lot of things being fired off here. But there's the enhanced chains. Carl T's gonna take quite a bit of damage as he falls. Blazing Duet's gonna be committed. Rapid Dude goes down, but it's a double kill for Super Prince. That's a 2-for-1 trade.
2-for-1 trade. Echo Philippines going in with a big Blazing Duet early on in this game. It looks like a 2-item Claude. That could have been lethal, but then again, you kind of have to wait if you're playing Claude.
Yeah, even though Echo, they deal so much damage during the team fights, Onic with the Valentina and Paramis, this is just so dirty. You saw how quick they took out the Julian and the Natalia. This is something that MLBB can actually maximize during the mid game. Again, the Valentina, you don't want to be, you don't want to be giving up free XP to her lane, but at this moment, she's now level 8 and she is now building up to her second item.
And this is going to be important to take note of because they're right now, this is his re-debut in the MPL. We do know that he had some experience before, but the landscape is different. It's the same game, but a different story for the side of Onic Philippines veterans such as there. But Echo, they would want to strike back. Their early game is looking to be somewhat okay.
Yeah, and you know, at the same time, talking about Dur here. Oh, hold on! They find a pick here on Rapidu. They're going to be happy with finding a kill across the map. So, in another position, the top side here, Ned's now going to be in trouble as he's taken down in the top side. Now, Turtle for the taking. Onic Philippines is going to go ahead and work on this one. Dawning Light trying to get some information, but that's going to be a Turtle secured for Onic Philippines.
Onic, they do secure that Turtle, but on the other end of the map in the gold lane, Benecutie is looking to farm not just gold, but also confidence. We could already see him extend his lane for more than what we're used to.
Yeah, Carl Easy with the prediction. Mwah. So good for Echo, but MLBB, still, they have a chance on taking these fights. Even though you are up against a Claude, he does not have Purify. So MLBB, they still have a lot of ways of disabling Benecutie on the skirmishes. Rapidot, he should be the target for Echo. They should be watching out for the Fatal Links from Onic. But at the end of the day, the Valentina and Paramis are still high pressure heroes that Echo needs to watch out for.
4-4 is our kill score, 8 minutes inside this game. We will have the first Lord of the game spawning in a minute from now. Who does have the, let's say, advantage for that Lord take, considering the power spikes look to be somewhat even right now?
I mean, considering just at face value here, I think as long as Rapidude can get someone with the Fatal Links, then they have the advantage, right? Especially around that Lord pit here. And like Midnight's been mentioning, you know, the combination of a Valentina and a Faramis is deadly. It's already showing, right? Super Prince at 3-0-1. He's going that magic damage build. He's even got the magic worship, right? So I actually like this version of Faramis because I feel like his poke, that magic damage is very deadly, but you can already see both teams setting up.
Yeah, Yaoi might be in trouble here. Goes in for Super Prince.
Yaoi does go in. He finds a kill on Super Prince. Exactly what they need to do. Blazing Duet's going to be popped here. Right into the turret. Dare taking a bunch of damage. Has to flicker around the response, though. Sensui trying to keep them at bay. Turret's still going to be up here. Takes quite a bit in return. Dur's still trying to help hold on to. Sensui gets knocked up. Still going to be okay with that holder. Wow, the plays.
Nice save there coming in from Super Prince. A well-timed cult altar to deny the kill from Carl Teasy. And now 9 minutes in, they only lost one in that entire fight. But looks like Lord will be started by Echo.
The moment Prince respawn, flicker in to use the ultimate to save his friends, but Echo, they're now in position of the Lord, trying to take it. Rapidot.
Rapidu looking for a setup here, gets the vision. Doesn't commit, doesn't have the Fatal Links just yet. Now he does. Could go in for this. There's the Dawning Light. The Lord's going to be secured by Carl Teasy. Blazing Duet's going to be popped too. And Super Prince finds a kill, but it's 1-for-1 so far. Into the bottom side. They're pushing, they're pulling here. And he's going to get stunned. Sensui trying to get back. Dur's going to go recall as well. It's 2 versus Sensui.
Oh no.
Falling Star Moon from Sanford before he pulls off.
Carl Teasy once again with an on-point retribution for the first Lord of the game. Can we actually expect this to be consistent this time around?
I think so. A beautiful timing on the retribution. It was also the dodge from the Fatal Links this is really, Echo putting off a lot of the skills on the table. The amount of mechanical prowess on this team is really, really showing up against Onic PH.
Yeah, and we are heading on to a short pause here in the game right now. This is looking to be a very close one, considering that this is a David and Goliath matchup. Supposedly, Onic Philippines is holding their ground really well against Echo.
Yeah, the weird thing about this game is that there's no tank. No tank at all. So
Except for the Atlas.
Atlas is for just setting up team fights.
Sure.
But I would say that there's no front line for both sides. That's why team fights are decided on whoever gets the priority target first, which we saw earlier when Yawi got the first pick off against Onic PH. But at this moment, Heroes respond really, really quick. So when team fights drag out, the winners are decided by whoever wipes out the enemy team first. But as of this moment, there's a lot of damage coming off from both sides. So it could go either way, which is really, really important when you want to see the winner or the overall advantage for either team, which in this specific situation, Echo got because they've gotten themselves the neutral objectives, which is, again, I have to point out the dodge on the fiddling from Carl Easy. That was a Superman moment from him, and this is the usual form we're seeing from Carl Teasy.
Yeah, and we're finally back here in the game. A very, very short pause this time around. I was already panicking. I would still remember Season 9. It was the three of us in the English broadcast. A long pause, and we just talked about everything already. But going back in Season 10, big improvement here. Less than 2 minutes. That's pretty pog. And now Echo, they're going to push with a Lord.
Yeah, and I mean, again, look at the lead, right? Look at the goal lead that Echo has managed to gain for themselves. They're going to get a ton of space on this Lord as well as they get some more turrets across the map. Now, this is the thing, right? Midnight pointed this out. There really isn't much tankiness here, right? There is the Atlas, but Rapidu's job is literally go in, get a Fatal Links, and probably die, right? So that's the thing. But, Sensui, Thamus, I mean, the jungle Thamus, a little bit less tanky. You don't have that vengeance that we typically see from a side lane Thamus, but that's the thing. If Yawi can continue to find picks here, that gives them a huge advantage.
Look at Benny Cutie. The amount of gold that he has right now is absurd. 11 minutes in, he already has 8k gold. And the next one is 6,900. Carl TZ following suit. And this is because of the fact that Onic PH have nothing against the Claude, and Benecutie has been farming the whole game.
And when we think about it, Benecutie hasn't won in a while, but if you think about it, a lot of the gold laners that are quite popular in MPL Philippines look at Benecutie as one of the greats, one of the best to actually play this role, and for a reason. Benecutie is a legend on his own, but look at the damage dealt. Midnight Sanji making his debut, looking great on this Savior.
I also love the fact that they only use Savior as a poking hero, so that Yawi can find pickoffs against Onic PH. Sanji is willing to commit his ultimate for the vision and for the poking mechanism, which I don't do personally because I want to be able to kill steal with the Dawning Light.
Because most people that
yeah,
play Xavier.
like most people.
Like most people do, but Sanji has really been on point with the Savior, the Savior usage. With the amount of control that he has on team fights, the only thing that is concerning them is the saves coming out from Super Prince, which also has been on point.
Yeah, shout outs to all the Savior mains who reserve their ultimates solely for stealing kills. Okay, now the Lord will be started here by Echo, but Rapidu knows this. Nice Dawning Light coming in from Sanji. Will they be able to contest this one as the Lord falls down to half?
Well, Yawi's on the other side of the map, right? So they're going to continue this Lord on here for now, but Rapidu looking for a setup, has the concealed play here. Rest of the team there. Lord less than half health here. Dur does go to spawn, knows what Yawi's up to. So right now, no one wants to commit this yet, but we know that Retribution is going to be ready by both junglers. Rapidu comes in. It is going to be secured by Carl TZ. Cold Altar is going to be popped. Blazing doing to follow the Dawning Light. Up in the damage. Benecutie, the killing spree here as he finds another one. Two have fallen for Onic Philippines. Oh, and he's still alive. Benecutie, when Carl TZ does go down, and now it's the 2 versus 1. Sensui should be okay to get out of here. The rest of the team's popping up. Dawning Light not going to be enough, but the Lord is secured.
Big win here coming in from Echo. Not only were they able to secure an inhibitor turret via Yowie split push, but Carl Teasy, as you said, Midnight, very consistent on that retribution, takes the Luminous Lord for themselves, and they didn't give anything, give any, you know what's for that called altar, because of the Blazing Duet.
Oh my, Echo is sending a message to Onic. This is what you're dealing with. It's Carl Teasy at his prime, at his comfort, at his peak, and Echo. They are grinding their way towards, again, the destination, which is to become a really great team. And Onic, even though they are from the amateur scene, they are putting up a hell of a fight against this kind of level of competitiveness of MPL-PH.
Can I just say, this is what I was talking about before we got into the draft, right? I wanted to see Echo just synergize as a team, and that's exactly what they're doing this game. All across the board, everybody is playing their role here. Like you guys mentioned, Sanji is just unrelentless in those dawning lights to find people, poke them down a little bit if he wants to, but again, it's to allow, it's to enable Yowie hunting around, finding those angles, finding those moments for the team. And dude, Benny Cutie, just able to just not die at all. And like you mentioned, Midnight have a heck of a time on vacation mode, farming up the majority of the game to this point now, where all he has to do is go in at the right moment, pop the Blazing Duet, everybody profits from it.
It doesn't even matter if they have the Cult Altar, mainly because he could shred down the HP of the Cult Altar, then the actual HP. That's how farmed up Benny Cutie is, as we saw in the gold graphs as well earlier Midnight. We did see Benny Cutie up by 2,000-3,000 gold compared to every other player in this game.
It is basically the same treatment that Echo is doing up against an Estes, now turned Paramis. Claude might be the answer that we're looking for against this OP hero, but for Onic, again, Super Prince has really been on point with the casting of the Cult Altar, but the main problem that they have right now is that they don't they don't scale well compared to Echo. They don't output as much damage compared to Echo. Like, you look at the lineup of Echo, they just spell out sheer damage output.
And imagine if we live in a world where Beatrix and I think, what was the other gold layer? Wan gets nerfed to the ground. Claude Stonks will be way up in the sky. Now Echo, they're gonna start once again. This is third lord of the game. Onyx Sensui does have a good amount of control over their area, but it's already half HP. Carl Teasy might just secure this once again.
Yeah, and even in the jungle, right, Yowie being spotted off again by Dur here, so Lord can be less than half health. It might actually reset a little bit, but Carl Teasy not gonna give that one up as Sanji continues to poke here. There's gonna be the reset from the Lord. Sanford does go in, finds the Mystic Field here. Rapid Dude goes in with the Fatal Links. Looking for a setup, and then Enhanced Chains comes out. And look at Sanford, dawning light, finding Rapidude. And there's the Blazing Duet. They're stuck in the position they don't want to be. Sandy's still alive before he gets the double kill. And now they grab another one as 3 fall for Onic Philippines.
Great play coming in from Super Prince to extend that team fight after Rapidude gets caught out, but it wasn't enough for Onic to actually contest that board. And now Echo, they're going to be able to secure this even without Carl Teasy.
This is the difference between both lineups. You see Onic-PH trying to do their best, and even though the choice for Echo was really good, they went against Rapidon. The choice was also nice from the Atlas. He flickered in, got the links onto the Saber, and Onic-PH they decided to pursue. But Echo, again, they just have better damage output. Even though they took out Carl Teasy, Ben Cutie went in to save the day, and Super Prince was zoned out from the Blazing Duet. Again, on-point casting for the Paramis, but at the end of the day, the sheer damage output difference is just making Echo's lineup even better.
Ooh, 17 minutes in, or 18 minutes in, we have another Lord push this time around in the top lane for the side of Echo. It's going to be extremely hard for Onic to defend against this. It's an 8K, almost 8K gold lead for the side of Echo. Can they actually go for one big push here?
I think they could. And again, I just want to, before we see this push in here to the base, Yowie is doing an amazing job at forcing Dur to take care of him, to literally babysit Yowie. So that takes out that kind of factor of one of your ultimates being stolen and used against you, right? Because he has to constantly control Yowie here. So now as that Lord is getting ready to march up at the top side, Onic Philippines is going to have to respond to that. They're going to lose this mid turret most likely. And they do have a potential chance to defend here. Dawning Light's going to come out, just poking everybody. That's going to be the mid inhibitor turret being open now. Base cracked open.
Might
Oh,
be
Starboard
it.
goes in.
Oh, no.
Rapidude's taken out here. Rapidude goes in one more time, but can't connect. Blazing Duet finds it. That's going to be the game. Echo takes